Welcome to Family Finance, where our finances, budgets and investments are an open book. We are a middle-income family with 2 young boys from Brisbane, Australia, and this is our journey to get rich slow. Just quickly, I have to apologise. I know that I said that my next video would be my video about investing for our boys, but I'm still waiting for some of their paperwork to be approved for their trust accounts. And I've finally been able to transfer my holdings into the NAB Equity Builder loan, but I haven't made a purchase yet. But I do plan to, so that video won't be far off at all. If you like this video, I thought I might also make one about my light bulb moment that got me interested in investing. And this video is all about how I got my husband on board with investing. In this video, I'll chat about the light bulb moment that led us to starting to invest, what I did to further convince my hubby that we should invest. I'll show you an example of the power of compound interest, and at the end of the video I'll run through the numbers of how much we are currently investing and what our future investment return projections are likely to be. If you do like this video and find it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and write a comment. It really helps to support my channel. The information in this video is for entertainment and general information only. You should always do your own research. You can read my full disclaimer in the description box below. The light bulb moment started around 3 years ago after I'd read The Barefoot Investor. I'd opened up a CommSec trading account and had started to invest in individual stocks. CommSec had a deal that when I opened the account you got 5 free trades, so I was just playing around and buying $500 worth of a few individual stocks. I wanted to learn more, so I was watching a lot of YouTube videos and in particular Brandon's videos from Aussie Wealth Creation. I had been playing a lot of these videos on our TV while the hubby was at home, hoping that he would start to take an interest. Then it was one particular video by Brandon that really sparked his interest, and he sat down and watched it all the way through. It was one of Aussie Wealth Creation's videos about passive investing and how to become a millionaire by investing $100 a week. I think he has since deleted that video, but this video is very similar. This video goes through the impact of investing $20, $50 and $100 a week into the stock market. After watching the video, I explained to my husband that this is something that I really wanted to do. Brandon explained it so well that he was sold on the idea, and I started running through some example scenarios for us. Aussie Wealth Creation has many videos on this topic if you're looking to learn a little bit more or become obsessed like I did. I was so excited that the hubby was on board with investing that I wanted to show him an example of what was achievable for us. I started to punch our numbers into the Money Smart compound interest calculator to show him what our potential returns could be. He was quite surprised and was pretty much on board. I think the lure of also retiring early really appealed to him. We thought that we'd be able to invest about $200 a week into the stock market. I chose 30 years because that would put us around retirement age. As you know, I like to base my calculation on a 7% return. This allows for the 10% historical average minus inflation. I ran these numbers and even I was quite surprised by what could be possible. So what changed after this realization of what could be achievable for us? Well, we just became more focused with our investments. Before, we were kind of saving money, but we really didn't have a purpose. I stopped investing in individual stocks and started investing in exchange-traded funds. We started saving about $200 a week to put towards our investments. And of course, I started checking my trading account 20 times a day to see if I was rich yet. This graph is the first graph I showed my husband, and it shows the results of contributing $200 a week into the share market and the power of compound interest. The dark blue section is the money that we would invest, and the light blue section is the interest or stock market return. This is our money making us money. These numbers show that although we would have deposited $312,000 of our own money, we would have made $745,000, and our portfolio would now be worth over $1 million. And remember, these numbers are in today's dollars. If inflation wasn't calculated into these numbers and the investment return was 10% instead of 7%, the portfolio would actually be worth nearly $2 million, with a return of over $1.6 million. What I love most about this graph is that it shows how compound interest takes time to build momentum. You can see that in those first 5 years that the return isn't much, but it is starting to build. And by year 15, the compounding is really starting to take effect. Time truly does have the biggest impact on your investment returns. Blowing the graph out to 40 years of investing shows just how substantial the investment gains can be. This is why I believe it is important to start as soon as possible if you are in the position to do so. Investing for just 10 more years means our portfolio would now be worth more than $2.2 million. Just 10 more years has more than doubled our portfolio. It has doubled what originally took 30 years to return. In the 10 years, the extra contributions would have only been $100,000, but the return was more than $1 million. These numbers show the importance of being patient and giving your investments time to grow. After 10 years, the portfolio would have been worth $150,000. After 20 years, it would have been worth $450,000. And then after 30 years, it would have been worth just over $1 million. And after that additional 10 years, it was worth nearly $2.3 million. Now that we are saving and investing more money into the stock market, the amount that we are able to invest each year has increased. We have already invested $42,000 and we're now able to save about $500 a week to put towards our investments. I thought it might be interesting to run these numbers to see what our potential returns could be. All of these numbers reinforce my motto of getting rich slow. After 10 years, our portfolio will be worth $459,000. This is when we actually want to retire. But I thought it would be interesting to run the numbers of what our portfolio could still be worth. Remember, we need $600,000 invested to retire early in 10 years' time. So we are hoping that we can invest even more once we aren't paying childcare fees. My advice is, if you are trying to convince your significant other to get on board with investing, or just budgeting in general, is lead by example. Let your significant other see the benefits that you are creating by either investing or working on your budgeting and savings. And watch lots of YouTube videos and even play some podcasts in the car. One day they might take an interest like my hubby did. My other piece of advice is to make these important decisions together. Even though I was on board with investing, I wanted to wait until my husband was. I wanted him on board. I didn't want to be the one responsible and blamed if the investments went down. We both had to agree. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there is a particular video you'd like to see me do, please let me know. A wise woman once said to me, it's not what you earn that matters, it's what you do with it that counts. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment. I make videos every Tuesday about how to save money, invest, budget, and how to stay on track with your financial goals. See you next week.